Yerp, what's goody? It's your boy, the top slug, the Sofa King, Jay Haynes, and I'm back with another video, of course. Here with a quick one. This is a different one for me. I would say a sad one, but I want to be real about this. This one probably was a long time coming, honestly. Unfortunately, I've conformed. I fell victim to the peer pressure and the scare tactics, as well as the sheep-like mentality that's prevailed currently in America and modern society, and in our culture as well. Now, unfortunately, I've conformed. I've assimilated. I've I broke down and I did it. Right. I couldn't have this thing affect my livelihood. I couldn't have it affect, how I'm able to be and spend time with my children. I couldn't have it affect kind of my personal or professional life in any meaningful way. And so I had to kind of adjust, and I had to make compromises and sacrifices to, my morals, I guess, in a way, maybe. Some of my, staunch mindset, ethics, right? I was someone who probably was one of the last people holding out, right? I was one of the last ones, and things have changed, So today, I'll say I have gone ahead and done it. What I feel like is in the best interest of myself and my family and my livelihood and my well-being and my overall personal and professional interest. I've went ahead and I've got an iPhone. Um, I never thought this day would come, right? Even though I've already had one in the past, I had it, as a secondary thing, right? And now, it's gonna be probably my better of the two phones that I have. I don't think I'm ready to fully just switch over because I have to get used to it. But I've gone ahead and gotten this iPhone just because I feel like I have to, right? I feel like I have to be able to communicate and talk to different people and clients and my family, and I need the ease of access that comes with some of the Apple software and the interconnectivity that you get. And it's it's a thing where now it's like I used to really believe in, the phones having their differences, and Samsung, Android, they had a lot of good qualities. I like Samsung technologies, TVs, etc. But the iPhone, I mean, they get half their parts from Samsung anyway. But I think now, like, I'm finally ready to, you know, go ahead and switch over, probably fully. I don't know if I will. I don't know when I will, but I'm going to get the most out of this phone, right? It's pretty nice, right? I actually got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's a big one, right? It's a large phone, but that's what I like. Right now, I have a Galaxy Note 10, 10 Plus, right? I think it is. So that's the biggest phone that they had out at the time. They didn't have a new Note, which I wasn't really looking for one anyway. Mine is still in good condition, and I just paid it off. But they did have this big iPhone, and for a while now, I've been thinking about switching over, as far as just getting my second phone back up and running, using it as a business phone because I hate people calling me um, in my off hours. Right, I like to be able to just turn it off completely, and it's not that much of an investment, honestly. However much a month paid through my phone bill. I think it's like 13. I don't know. Yeah, it's 13.99, so it's $1,500, which that's a good amount of money. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I got it like that. But it's a small thing when it comes to the greater good and the longest lifespan of the actual thing I'm trying to do, which, I'm trying to switch over and just kind of be more, connectable and social in a lot of ways. I know iPhone, even if a client is being silly and just doesn't want to text me back because I got a green bubble, it can have an effect. It can have an effect with, a lot of different things. It's much easier for me to, connect with my children. There's a lot of group chats that I'm in, business related, just, kind of some of my boys back home, different things that I just haven't been able to connect to because, it's funny enough that if you have a Samsung or an Android, you can't even be in the damn chat with people who have all iPhones, which is crazy, right? So there's a lot of things that you automatically kind of get excluded from, which for me, being, that I do something where it matters kind of how I can connect with people and things and places, and having a familiarity with some of the things they may see on their end. I got to do what I got to do, right? I got to do what I can. And in this case, I like having two phones because of what I said earlier. And I like to be able to do different things with the second one that I wouldn't do with my main, line that I've had for, however many, 10, 15 years now. So it is what it is, right? It's here. All right. It's a big, nice phone. Fingerprints are crazy. I'm sure if you most of y'all got iPhones, so y'all know how it is. But that's one thing I hate about the iPhone. I feel like it picks up fingerprints like nothing. But you see, I got the Sierra Blue, as they call it. I like the fact that it's pretty sturdy. It feels solid, metal. It's got a metal frame, a lot of glass on it. The cameras look nice and chunky. Looks futuristic a little bit. So yeah, man. I'm trying to set it up now, switching over from, switching my contacts and different things over. But I don't want to put a lot of stuff on this phone. I think I'm going to keep it kind of how it is and just build and see what I have from iPhone to my Samsung. And this will allow me to use one as a camera for these videos versus maybe buying a whole camera, which I'll do eventually, but I need functionality, right? I'm not getting paid off of this. So I need it to kind of work within what I'm already trying to do. And that's how I am as a person. I like to, kill multiple birds or solve multiple issues with the same kind of solution. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I like it so far. I mean, we know what the iPhone does. We know what the iPhone is. They're nice. I mean, I don't really have bad things to say about them. I just like being unique a little bit, having something different. And I still have that. I still have my Note. And I'll probably keep that as long as I can, and pass one down to one of my sons when they become a little bit older, maybe have a little bit nicer phone than they do now. So yeah, man, got the iPhone. I switched over. I didn't mean to gas it too much with the whole, I know y'all didn't think I got that damn thing, but who knows, they trying to force me into that too. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I ain't with it so far, right? So I'm an iPhone user now. Again, I do need access to that software. I need access to that network. I had an iPad in the past. It got lost in the matrix, and now I've been so long without it. It's gonna be funny to kind of hit some people up like, yeah, and they see the little blue instead of green and talk their little shit. So we'll see, right? Hit me, man. Hit me on my iPhone now, right? Send me a message. I'll give you my Apple ID. I won't give you my number, but But yeah, man. So I guess there you have it. What I mean? That's all I wanted to pop in and say. But I was thinking about this, today, after kind of getting my message that my phone had arrived and thinking about going to pick it up. And also having some conversations at work. This me switching to an iPhone, right? Like, I'm a holdout. I'm a very, like, I have my own opinion. I have my own mindset. But I know the way the world works, a lot of people, right? As soon as the iPhone came out, it was a better option. There was things that you could do you couldn't do on the Android. They just took it and ran with it. Or they had a girl, or they had a friend, or a brother, sister, mother, somebody who had an iPhone. They couldn't FaceTime. They switched to it, right? Well, maybe I just adjusted And I did without, or I found a different way, having an iPad to get that same functionality. There's a lot of people who kind of, as soon as that became a thing, they probably hopped on it, right? Or shortly after it became like a popular thing. And I feel like the same thing is kind of happening again before our eyes, right? Like with the whole metaverse, with some of the things that they talk about now, as far as where things will go in the future, and the way they drown us out or drown us, beat into our heads, metaverse this, metaverse that, crypto, NFT, virtual, all these different things, all these different applications that are here now and will be coming. It feels like they're trying to pre us up for something that eventually will be a big thing, right? And the thing with that is, being that I've lived for a little bit of time, right? I've seen that happen in a lot of different ways, whether it be with, most recently, let's say, like, that jab, right? That cootie shot. Also with, damn, it was just on the tip of my tongue, right? Also, also with the iPhone, right? Also with, damn, I just forgot, right? Like, that's crazy. But it'll come to me, whatever. But with a lot of different things we've seen in the near future, they started off as a thing, right? Oh, what I was thinking about Bitcoin, right? With cryptocurrency, that became something that you heard about, if you were in tune with that stuff. And even then you heard about it, you thought it was like a scam, right? You hear Forex. That's how Bitcoin used to be, where it's like, man, maybe if I got some extra money, I'll throw it at it, but I'm not just hopping on that. And then eventually now you see Bitcoin is such a thing that everybody knows about it. It's a household name. And that came from, repetition, that came from the market, and that came from people talking about it, right? And people investing in it, and it growing, and people profiting. Once that happens with anything, the shift will come with the people that now are kind of the party, right? Like, there's the people who are early to the party, right? That know about it. There's the people who are the party, and there's the people who are late to the party. But if it becomes a party, right, that thing is usually here to stay if it's pushed by the media and the masses and the powers that be. And I feel like the same thing is coming with the metaverse, where we're hearing about all these different applications of the virtual world, and how you can, live in some mansion, right, and watch Netflix on a make-believe couch and think it's yours, right? Think about in 5 years where that'll be at, right? How attractive will that be to people who live mundane day-to-days, and they don't have the most exciting life, and they can go online and do the same thing that has happened with people hopping online, right? We've seen people go to Instagram. That's another one, right? There's a lot of people who I don't do social media. I don't do Facebook. I don't do this. I don't do that. But now, if you have a business, I guarantee your ass is on Instagram, right? Even the little mom and pop mechanic shop, the cookie store, the grandma's thrift shop, like, they on Instagram because it's such a thing now, and there's so many other people who use it and directly think about that when it comes to fulfilling a need or needing that service, that you have to stay and you have to adapt to the times, right? And I almost feel like the same thing will happen with the metaverse. And I think the same thing is being kind of pushed on us, that was pushed on us with Bitcoin, right? With social media, right? With even NFTs, right? Those are a new thing that just came out, but you heard NFT this, NFT that. This person is making money off NFTs. This special NFT is coming out. Now you see the correlation between crypto, NFTs, metaverse, living online real estate. What does this stuff kind of amount to, right? And it's just not going to stop growing from here. And if they already got people so enthralled and so captivated, who knows where to go from here, right? And you see, they got me, right? So they got me with this damn iPhone, and that just tells me that even the people who hold out on certain things, you'll have to get with the times. You know what I mean? I'm sure there was somebody's grandpa somewhere was complaining about the internet when it first came out. Now you can't live without it, right? If you're not on the internet or know how to use the internet, how many things will you miss out on? Too much. You know what I mean? Too much. And the same thing happens with a lot of things that become mass culture, right? Um, I'm sure they have some type of kind of scientific word for it or some kind of philosophical, psychological uh, term, but you know what it is, man. You got to get with the wave, right? The wave is here. It's here to stay, right? I guess the phone is blue for a reason. I hopped on the wave, unfortunately. Cost me a little bit of money, but now I got to make that benefit me. Same thing with this metaverse, right? Same thing with crypto. Same thing with stocks. Everybody does stocks now, right? Because maybe somebody's telling us in the future this will be how things are transacted, right? This will be how money is made. This will be what's tracked as far as what's profitable, what works. You got to get in where you fit in, right? You got to be aware. You got to grow. You got to adapt, bro. It is what it is. And so I feel like that's what I've done, getting this iPhone. And that's the mentality that I have to have going forward, right? I'm not going to switch up who I am or what I like to do, but I'm going to find a way to get it, right? Off of this other shit. Because I see somebody will. If not me, somebody will, right? So there you have it, man. Let me set up this iPhone. I got to put all my information in. I hate setting up a new phone, right? I used to actually work in the cellular business. I used to sell phones and internet and all the things that came with it, business to business, all that shit, right? But what I used to have to do on a daily is probably set up 5, 10, probably like 5 phones. We wasn't going crazy like that every day, but there was days where I set up maybe 25, 30 phones in one day. In one day, right? Just going in, setting it up, helping people with email addresses. I hate doing that. And that totally turned me off of phones completely, right? And that's why I've got my note. I said, whatever, I don't really need a bunch of technology. But now, as I've tried to get back in the flow of certain things, laptop, new iPhone, all type of shit, man. So you got to get with the times. You got to stay ahead of the game. You got to stay ahead of the curve, or at least be aware of it, right? So you know how to get your little pieces off the back end. And that's what it is, man. That's how you slug it. Fuck it. Even if you're not into the metaverse, understand the metaverse. Even if you're not into Bitcoin, get some money off Bitcoin. Even if you don't know about stocks, hey, look, play the odds, right? You niggas gamble for less. You know what I mean? Y'all reach on less, So, yeah, I guess that's really it, man. Like I said, I'm going to set up this phone, hop in the shower, try to freshen up, get my mind right, get relaxed, get in my slug form. Hopefully I uploaded the video with me and my baby. That was a nice one. I had a good weekend with them. And, feeling good, man. Feeling motivated. And I'm trying to bounce back, right? Get back in the flow. Do more videos. Get more comfortable. Get my, cadence where it needs to be. Get my tone and my dictation where it needs to be. And find something to talk about, man. Because I don't know if anybody's going to watch me just ramble for 20 minutes. But if you do, or if, you ever go back and you want to see a little bit of what I'm about, if you like me and you just kind of observe what people do in their natural state, this is me. This is who I am, right? This is how I talk. This is what I do. This is how I think. So, if you're slugging, you're trying to get it, but you're trying to enjoy life,